Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you once again. This time, I'm going to go over to the Independent, and this is in the crime section. The title says Cop Arrested at Disney World Resort after allegedly kidnapping man from Mississippi house party. I will list the article writing all of the details in the description, as I always do. But the article starts off by saying Alabama police officer was arrested at Disney World Resort on a kidnapping charge after a 21-year-old man was found handcuffed in the back of his car following a house party in Mississippi. Police officer David Cunningham, age 22, was off duty but wearing his Pritchard PD badge when he was pulled over during a traffic stop. Deputies with the Harrison County Sheriff's Office discovered a 21-year-old man in the backseat of the patrol car who was handcuffed, and they released him. It all stemmed from an incident on May 24th when deputies responded to a shooting on Audubon Lake Boulevard in Mississippi. They discovered that the homeowner's dog had been accidentally shot at a house party, and the person who was allegedly responsible had left in the back seat of a Pritchard police vehicle. An investigation revealed that Cunningham went to the home in his patrol unit after getting a phone call from the party. When he arrived, he saw the man arguing with the homeowner, so he handcuffed him, put him in the back of a patrol car, and left the scene. A warrant was issued for Cunningham for kidnapping due to the cop being out of state with no enforcement powers and detaining an individual and removing him from the scene. Cunningham was arrested at Disney World Resort according to his arrest affidavit obtained by Fox 10. He was charged with one felony count of kidnapping, and his passenger, Christian Allen of Gulfport, was charged with one count of felony of hindering prosecution. Officials say she helped Cunningham with creating multiple versions of events to justify his unlawful actions and detention of the individual. And this is Christian Allen, who was also charged. Allen was arrested on the warrant after turning herself in at a Harrison County adult detention facility on June 2nd. On June 3rd, Cunningham was arrested on a warrant by the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Orlando, Florida. He will be held on a $500,000 bond upon extradition from Florida. Pritchard police released a statement this week saying they are aware of Cunningham being involved in the incident and said they are awaiting an investigation report from the Harris County Sheriff's Office to gain a clear understanding of the circumstances. It has been brought to our attention that Officer Cunningham was operating a city vehicle across state lines at the time of the incident, which is a potential violation of departmental policy. In response, our department has initiated an internal investigation to review all policies that may have been violated in connection with this situation. We take these matters seriously and are committed to ensuring full accountability and transparency throughout the process. And that is the end of the article right there. I mean, man, why would you, bro? Like, come on now. We know better. But this is the thing that I've always said. I always have been very outspoken about police, no matter what state you're in. I feel like they need more training. They need different levels of training, how to deal with people with mental illnesses, for example, how to deal with domestic situations, how to deal with, people that are homeless, different situations, just those three to just name examples of what I'm talking about. How to engage, how to disengage, what's the procedure when you're not, operating in your official capacity, and the do's and don'ts like going over state lines. Um, it takes longer to become a beautician in beauty school than it does to actually become a cop. Um, to me, that point right there is actually very scary, because it says to me that a beautician going to beauty school is more qualified than the actual people that we have in our communities, no matter what state in the United States that you're in, to protect and serve the communities that they're in, whether it's theirs or not. And, I hope they get their due process and they be dealt with accordingly, and not, you know, have it swept underneath the rug, or, asked to be some serious consequences for that. That whole situation could have turned out worse than, it did. Thankfully, I'm assuming that the person that was detained was not harmed in any way. But if any updates come about, I will definitely keep you updated on this story. And, as for, instead of just, telling the truth, you have, someone to say, hey, I can give you all these scenarios of what may have happened or could occur that, will lessen the impact of the situation, when, the main thing is how can you protect and serve uh, a community when you have a situation, regardless of what that situation is, and you're not being truthful and honest in that capacity, regardless if you're on the clock or not. I mean, does this happen all the time? Of course it does. It happens no matter what, your position is, what your job title is. It happens all the time. And this is why there's a consistent issue in distrust, because they have to report this and then they put out a statement. It's pretty basic and bare bones. We're going to open up an internal investigation. We're committed to, serving our community and having transparency, blah, 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 blah. Wash, rinse, and repeat. But my thing is, when will, it actually be implemented and things like that? I could remember when everything was going on with the protesters and the marches, just to, glaze over briefly, where it was a, public outcry for more police training, more sensitivity training, more training for mental health and other things, that the community actually had an issue with. And it just seems like, yeah, we're going to do it, but did they really do it? It falls on deaf ears. And that's really the sad part about it, because, um, you know, if you're going to be in that type of job, or any type of job, whether it be a police officer, EMT, a public servant, regardless, you should be held accountable for, when you mess up. I don't want it to be swept underneath the rug, regardless of who was involved, regardless of gender, race, whatever. They should be held accountable for their actions. Point blank, period. But let me know what you guys think. Drop down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And with that, you guys, I appreciate you watching my video, and I will get with you in the next one.